Everybody that works here, come up front. Everybody that works here, come up front. Everybody that works here, come up front.
What's taking them so long? Everybody that work here, come up front. What's taking them so long? Come here.
God bless.
Why you standing all the way in the back? You a shop? You a shop boy? You a shop?
Here, right here.
You gotta get Anthony something. You sure you concerned about Anthony? He said she concerned about Anthony.
Here you go, guys.
There you go.
God bless.
There you go. Look at him. He had the camera over there. What? Oh shit! What you?
She African.
What she said some other shit.
We're just trying to show love to the workers. So God bless you guys.
What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Po Ro. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Po Ro and What's the Numbers I providing. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on Jay Mazini. In this video, we will talk about his early childhood growing up in New Jersey, where his hustler spirit will be instilled in him. Then we'll speak about his early businesses, some that he started as young as 14 years old. After that, we're going to break down Jay's time in the spotlight, where he was highlighted doing phenomenal things for people in need, like gifting them thousands of dollars. And lastly, we'll dissect the complicated situation that has Jay Mazini facing 20 years in prison when he gets sentenced in federal court soon. Jay Mazini, real name Jabara Igbara, is from New Jersey, but his parents hail from Palestine, which is a state located in Western Asia. Growing up in Jersey with his immigrant parents was a learning experience, as his parents were just getting used to life in a new country. For some, the situation would have limited them, but not Jay. From an early age, he showed a willingness to work as he held a job since a young teenager. He also showed an ability to save his money to use toward other business ideas he would think of throughout his life. At 14, with the help of elders, Jay will open a stand in the Bronx on Fordham Road, where he sold things like cologne, perfumes, cell phones, and other electronics. He had the stand till he was about 17 years old, and then became a salesman who would go door to door, business to business, selling different products. After the salesman lane slowed down and dried up a bit, Jay decided to learn about stocks and bonds. One day after a stockbroker who was familiar with Jay a little from seeing him around the neighborhood gave him a book about investing in the stock market. From that day, a seed was planted in Jay's head. He put all his money out of the street businesses he had, like the stands in the Bronx, and decided to dive headfirst into the stock market. He invested all the money he had to his name, which was $28K at the time, on a particular stock. The stock ended up performing well for Jay, and when he sold his shares of the stock, Jay walked away with a little under $100K from that one transaction. Now with more money to play with, Jay decided to start a clothing line in 2016 named Mazini Italy. He collaborated with the rapper Dave East to promote and market it, and in no time the orders started to come in. The duo would make good money together and were in talks to open a flagship store at a mall in Jersey. But as Dave East's stardom in the rap game grew, more lucrative opportunities started to come his way. So eventually Dave and Jay would part ways, although Jay said in an interview on his YouTube channel that the two were still friends and in good standing with each other. In 2017, Jay would go on to open the Mazini store in the Garden State Plaza Mall in New Jersey. His clothing line was doing good, and coming from his stands in the Bronx, this was an extreme level up to now have his own clothing line and a store in a popular mall in the tri-state area. According to Jay, The company's projected worth was in the millions, and it was only the beginning. In 2018, Jay would start becoming a bit more generous to the less fortunate and began doing some charitable work that he would feature on his own social media accounts. But as times passed, his generosity grew, and he began to give large sums of money away to everyday hard workers and also families in need. His charitable acts ended up getting posted on Instagram, and next thing you know, Jay Mazini was viral. He watched his personal Instagram page grow to almost 1 million followers in September of 2020 after doing a couple different giveaway videos with rappers like 50 Cent and Fabulous. After his viral moments with the aforementioned rappers, Jay's popularity began to grow even more, but especially in the Muslim community in New York City. More people were willing to work with or invest in certain businesses Jay had going on. One opportunity Jay provided was called Halal Capital, in which people could invest money for quarterly payouts. Another business Jay had was Mazini Academy, which helped customers learn about stocks and forex while teaching them how to become their own boss. But with the newfound fame, a lot more doubters started popping out the woodworks. They second-guessed his fortune and how he attained it, and some began to dig beneath the surface in an attempt to find out who Jay Mazini actually was. A YouTuber by the name of CoffeeZilla began to relate the word scam or scammer to Jay and his businesses, which caused some doubts to form with Jay's supporters, but it was mostly online. In January of 2021, Jay told his nearly 1 million Instagram followers to send him Bitcoin and that he would pay above market prices for the cryptocurrency. Many of his followers and supporters took advantage of the deal and sent Jay their Bitcoins. Then, out the blue, Jay Mazini was arrested in March of 2021 and charged with kidnapping and assault. The story that came out was that Jay allegedly devised a plan to kidnap and intimidate someone who threatened to reveal an illegal scheme Jay was involved in. The victim was left with a concussion after being driven around Jersey and beaten for 2 hours by Jay and his accomplices. About a week later, things would go from bad to worse when federal prosecutors would charge Jay Mazini with wire fraud and money laundering in an alleged Bitcoin scheme. According to the feds, the Bitcoin deal Jay offered his supporters wasn't actually a deal, but instead a scam Jay used to pay back some of his initial Halal Capital investors. The feds caught on to the scheme after some of his investors started to doubt Jay after he sent doctored images of wire transfer confirmations to them, claiming falsely that he had sent payments, which they never got. It was a bunch of evidence against Jay in both cases, and in March of 2022, he would plead guilty to the kidnapping in Jersey and get sentenced to 5 years in prison. Then in November of the same year, Jay Mazini would plead guilty in Brooklyn federal court to charges of wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and money laundering in connection with the Bitcoin scheme. Prosecutors are asking for the judge to give Jay 8 to 10 years when sentenced, and with that, the Robin Hood escapades of Jay Mazini have come to an end, and we will have to see what's next for Jay once released from prison in about 5 to 10 years. Will he be able to reclaim his old form, or will he just fall back and live a regular life? I don't know. I guess we just gotta wait and see. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. It was a quick profile piece on Jay Mazini, real name Jabara Igbara, you know what I'm saying, out of New Jersey. Now, he had a big following in the Muslim community, you know what I'm saying, in New York City, New Jersey, around that area, and he had a lot of investors out of that community. Now, I don't know if it was from them seeing him go viral and seeing somebody that, you know, resembles what they're into as far as their belief-wise and everything that caused them to donate a lot more. But if you go check the paperwork, it's upwards to 8 to 20 million around there, some type of investment money that he has. So the dude definitely had a lot of money on top of whatever legal businesses he did end up having. I don't know how legal the business was or how profitable they was, but if you go look at the restitution, he's ordered to pay almost like 10 million, and he definitely was touching a lot of money through his scams or illegally, however it happened. But he owes a lot of bread. He copped out. He facing 20. The feds is trying to give him 5 to 10. He already copped out to 5 in the kidnapping case. His wife got locked up. Now the dude that they kidnapped, his wife got locked up in the kidnapping situation. The dude they kidnapped ended up getting locked up after the fact for accepting a bribe or something to recant his statement. All this happened before he was able to finalize his federal case. And when he finalized his federal case, he ended up copping out again. And now he's facing 5 to 10 when he gets sentenced later on, sometime later in a couple months. So, like I said, this is Jay Mazini. Now, you know, he had the Robin Hood vibes. Instagram famous for it. Linked with 50 Cent. Fabulous. Was giving thousands away to people. Helpless workers at like drive-thrus. Needy families looking for shelters. Stuff like that. He was doing his thing as far as, you know, giving to the needy. Now, was he taking from the rich? I don't know. It might have been hardworking individuals that was donating. It might have not been the rich. So he might have been taking money from other hardworking individuals to give it to less fortunate. I don't know. But he ended up going to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? But he was rolled up, foreigned up. So it's not like he was just using that money. Also say he used a lot of the money for gambling. And he owed a lot of gambling debts. He paid a lot of money back. You know, a lot of investor money. He paid it out to his gambling debts. So, You know what I'm saying? So he was still wasn't just into only the helping the needy. He was still doing his thing, Benzes, you know, cribs, jewelry, all types of stuff like that. And other than that, he shouldn't be that old when he gets released. You know what I'm saying? He's 27 years old right now. He's been locked up for about a year and a half. He got 5 to 10. He should be home somewhere around 7, 8 years maybe. The dude ain't going to be that old. He'll be in his young to mid 30s. He still got a life ahead of him. We got to see what he do when he get out. Will he be able to use his fame for something positive? Will he be able to use it? Will he go back to his old ways? Or will he just, fall back and, try to live a modest life? We got to wait to see. But like I said, it's What's the Numbers TV. Poro. Go subscribe to the YouTube. We on our way to 83,000. The goal is 100K. Follow the Instagram. Follow my partner Batty Bills on Instagram. Follow What's the Numbers TV on Instagram. Any promo, hit What's the Numbers TV at yahoo.com. Go listen to the podcast on all streaming platforms right now. Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to that. We got 4 episodes up there. About to add a few more. So make sure you follow up over there on all streaming platforms of podcast. And like I said, man, it's What's the Numbers TV. It's your boy Poro. We back before you know it, man. We out of here. Peace.